Hello there Legionnaires, Brido7 here, bringing you a video about the possible route for the Canyon race happening on Saturday the 30th of April 2016. Should be kicking off around 10 PM British Summer Time. Okay, so here is the moon. It's a nice potato shaped, irregular, smallish, very light gravity. It's about 0.05 on the surface, and as you can see, it's got some lovely mountains, canyons, but we're going to home in on one of the big scars that goes across the side. Just a tick. So there's going to be two categories in this race. It's going to be Formula 1, which is a Cobra Mark III armed and modified, and Formula 2, which is an unmodified Sidewinder. So quite cheap ships there. Pretty much everyone should be able to get involved. Here's a close-up of the route then. So where the purple blob is in the bottom centre is a rock formation, kind of like a mini hill. That is going to be our starting marker, so everyone will line up on that marker. We'll then follow the red line through the canyon all the way across, and then there's another rock formation in a plateau where the red line meets the blue, which you'll go round and turn back and go all the way back to the beginning. The whole entire route takes about 10 minutes. There are some dips and there are some climbs, and there's some very tight corners, as you'll see in a second. So here I am, I've just lined up at the starting rock, and there's my trusty companion Ratcom, and there is the small rock formation in the middle of this plateau. So basically it's just a straight gunfight. Obviously we are not following the rules exactly. On the night there will be a ceiling limit of 250 meters. You'll see in this video that both me and Ratcom, especially Ratcom, exceed that ceiling limit quite a bit. But this was just a dry run through, just to time exactly how long the route would take. And just basically to give you an idea of the route, because there are a few turns that you could take and go off route. So we're hoping that you can just watch this video and get the basic outline. We're lining up now, we're about ready to start the race. Just in this moment before we start, it's a good idea that if in the Formula 1 race at least, you're going to need high thrusters, not just for the speed, but for the manoeuvrability around these corners. And he's off. Look, not really a fair race, I've got to say. A Viper Mark IV and a Fer-de-Lance, probably a spec, but like I say, it was just a test. So here we go. Look, I'm within the ceiling limit here, and when you're down to the ceiling limit, we've put it at that height because we think that's the maximum height we can allow to basically keep it competitive. Because as you can see, it gets narrow down the bottom there, but if you go up to the high altitudes towards the cliff edges, you've got plenty of room there. And what we want to do is try and get the ships to not bang into each other, but have a bit of contact, make everyone feel a bit squeezed in a bit. So straight on here. There's no turnings in this first part that you can possibly take. There's a few alcoves like to the left there, but they don't go anywhere. You can naturally see where it's leading you to. So this is what we call the basin. This is the first big open space. In the Formula 1 race especially, we can see quite a lot of torpedo exchanges and missile exchanges, and it might be a good idea to get your shots out there where you've got more space to manoeuvre. So here you can see there's a turning off to the left. Now you don't want to go up there because it goes to a dead end. You want to veer to the right. Follow the canyon round. You'll see throughout this video, Ratcom does trail me quite a bit. No surprise there. So what we might do is we might decide to raise the ceiling limit, because as you can see we do violate the 250 quite a lot. And there he is, look. What a nonce. But you can imagine if we got 7-8 ships in this canyon, it's going to get crowded pretty soon, especially if we're all in the same vessels. Be a much more even race. So we're not far off now from the return point. This is where it gets quite wide, and again you'll probably see some combat in the Formula 2 race. Formula 1 rather. And here just to the right there of my altitude meter is the little rock formation that we're going to spin round. So we just come round the back of that. And don't forget, slow gravity, so you can pretty much fling yourself around. Just got to be careful of that altitude. And now we head back. Just to pay attention there, to the bottom left hand side is my frames per second. Now my PC is, I've got some new components, but it's mid-range, I'd say. It's mid to high range, more towards the mid. And my texture settings and everything are on high, and I'm easily getting at least 40 frames per second on average. So there's not much around here to slow you down. Unfortunately, Horizons is not optimized very well for planetary services. Hopefully coming out with an update in 2.1, which brings optimization improvements. You see the graphics, textures and whatnot jumping in. Here we are then, back to the basin here. Midway point, and he took me. Cheeky inside turn there. Like. Coming up to the final few turns now. and this last turn here is quite tight, so we can expect a few bumps. And we've got a few more ships coming through here. I actually thought I was going to catch up with him at this point. I thought I was going to catch up with him because I have done in the past, and he's overtook me and I've overtook him later on. But for some reason I just couldn't quite catch up with him. I don't know if my power distribution must not be an A class. I can't remember what class I had in it, but it just seems to get away from me. And there is the rock formation that Ratcom has just passed now. So congratulations to Ratcom for winning. Oh, it took me all week to practice that, did. I hope he appreciates it. On a serious note though, got some beautiful scenery. There will be some SRV driving, I have no doubt. There's a fair few canyons we can try and jump off and try and jump over, in fact. But yeah, I hope you do take the time to come and join us for this this few series of races. There is a prize for the winner. It's a free paint job for whichever ship you want, up to the value of £5. So if you've got a particular ship that you haven't got no paint packs for, and you think you're just gonna save up or fork out for some paint packs for your brand new Conda or your brand new Adder or whatever it is that you're flying, get a free paint pack on us. Here's a little interesting bit, flying back to the original starting point, getting ready for Saturday, and Ratcom came across this little mining settlement, point of interest, and it was placed on the mountain as such as the circular building basically had no bottom, and I could shoot the pulse lasers right through it. And with it being low gravity, the minerals that came out of the mining packs really did fly up into the air. Anyway, hope you join us, and don't forget to log on to the website.